You can feel it, can't you? That invisible thread that never truly broke, no matter how far apart you are. The silence is loud, the distance is painful, and yet something deep inside still whispers, "This isn't over." If you're still separated from your twin flame, this message is not meant to comfort you. It's meant to wake you up. Because separation is not the end of the story. It's the part where the real transformation happens. This is where love stops being fantasy and becomes frequency. In this transmission, you'll see what's really happening beneath the silence, how the divine masculine is being reshaped by the absence, how the feminine's surrender is rewriting the entire connection, and why the universe is holding this pause for your protection, not your punishment. Nothing has been lost. Nothing has been wasted. Every tear, every prayer, every unanswered moment has been part of a divine synchronization you can't yet see. The distance between you is not empty. It's alive with purpose. This is not a message about waiting. It's a message about readiness. Because when both energies are fully aligned, body, heart, and soul, the universe has no choice but to bring reunion. Stay until the end of this video. You'll understand why the separation was never real and why your love story is far from finished. There comes a moment in every twin flame journey when the silence feels unbearable. Days blur into weeks, and the distance begins to feel like a lifetime. You try to let go, to move forward, but something inside refuses to release. You can't explain it. You just know this connection is unfinished. This is the part of the journey that no one prepares you for. The in-between, the pause, the space where nothing seems to move, but everything is transforming. It's the stage that tests your faith, stretches your patience, and strips away every illusion about love. And it's also the stage that builds your soul the most. Separation isn't just physical distance, it's energetic surgery. The universe uses it to remove everything that blocks your alignment. It detaches you from the version of yourself that loved from fear, that chased, that begged for answers. Because divine love cannot grow in the same soil as attachment. So when your counterpart pulls away, it's not rejection, it's refinement. It's the soul saying, "You can't meet them like this. You must evolve first." For the divine feminine, this stage feels like a mirror shattering. She feels everything. She analyzes, remembers, dreams, prays, and questions. But beneath the pain, something else is happening. Strength. Each wave of emotion is teaching her how to love without control, how to trust without proof, and how to stand in her light even when the masculine isn't beside her. For the divine masculine, the silence hits differently. He buries himself in distractions, in work, in noise. He tries to forget, but the soul never forgets. In the quiet moments, in the middle of the night, the connection calls him back. He feels the pull he can't explain, a force that makes him restless, emotional, nostalgic. He doesn't yet realize that this discomfort is his awakening. The separation that feels endless is the universe's most loving intervention. Because when two souls are still carrying imbalance, union would destroy them instead of evolving them. So the divine steps in. It pauses the story. It allows healing to take place individually, so that when the connection resumes, it can sustain its own power. Every delay is sacred. Every silence is strategy. Every moment apart is alignment in disguise. Right now, what feels like distance is actually reorganization. The energies are swapping roles. The feminine is learning stability. The masculine is learning vulnerability. One is learning to rest in love, the other to rise through it. And both are being prepared for the same vibration, truth. This is why the separation feels endless, because time cannot measure transformation. The soul doesn't heal on a schedule. It moves in rhythm with divine timing, and divine timing doesn't rush, it perfects. So if you're still waiting, still hoping, still asking when, know this: the waiting isn't empty. The silence isn't punishment. It's the womb of creation, where everything real is born. When this chapter ends, and it will, you'll see why the distance had to exist. You'll see that nothing was lost, only rearranged for something greater. Because in truth, this separation was never about them leaving. It was about you returning to your power, returning to your peace, returning to your divine self, the version of you that can finally hold the love you asked for. What the silence is actually doing. Silence is not empty. It's the most powerful language the universe ever created. It's the space where truth grows. The silence between twin flames is not the absence of connection. It's the recalibration of it. While your mind screams for closure, your soul is busy building alignment. You may think nothing is happening because you can't see it. But in the unseen, everything is in motion. The silence is not just a pause, it's a divine operation. It removes interference, resets patterns, and balances energy that could never have healed if words had continued to fill the air. The divine feminine often feels this the hardest. She wonders what he's thinking, if he feels it too, if he remembers. She searches for signs, for meaning in the distance. But the truth is, the silence is not for her to interpret. It's for her to integrate. Because silence is where her soul learns sovereignty. It's where she stops trying to control the outcome and begins to master her own vibration. The divine masculine, on the other hand, experiences silence as consequence. He feels the void, but doesn't understand it. He tries to replace the connection with logic, distraction, or validation, but nothing fits. The silence becomes louder each time he resists it. It echoes through his dreams, through music, through moments he can't explain. That ache is not punishment, it's remembrance. It's the soul pulling him back toward authenticity, back toward love, back toward the part of himself that he abandoned. In silence, roles begin to shift. The feminine stops chasing and starts radiating. The masculine stops running and starts feeling. The energy reverses itself. The more she stands in peace, the more he feels the pull. The less she needs him, the more he remembers her. This is how the universe rewrites connection through vibration. But the silence does more than heal emotion. It refines identity. It strips away illusions. Every insecurity, every wound, every dependency rises to the surface so that it can no longer control you. You learn what love is not. You see where you were attached to the story instead of the truth. And through that clarity, you are reborn. In silence, you learn that love is not communication, it's coherence. It's not, do they miss me? It's, can I stay aligned even when they're gone? Because the moment you stop vibrating from lack, the connection begins to balance itself naturally. Energy always follows alignment. The soul always finds its mirror. This is what the silence is doing right now. It's teaching you to hold peace when there's no proof, to believe without begging, to feel the connection without needing confirmation. It's training your heart for union by preparing it for surrender. For the masculine, silence builds awareness. For the feminine, it builds faith. And both are equally sacred. One learns to listen to emotion, the other to intuition. One learns to speak truth, the other to embody it. Together, they are being guided to meet again, not through attachment, but through resonance. So when you feel the silence press against your chest, don't call it emptiness. Call it refinement. The universe doesn't fill your world with sound until you've mastered the quiet. And that's what's happening now. Each day you sit in stillness, you become a clearer vessel. Each time you stop reaching outward, your energy grows inward. And when you finally stop searching for the sound of their voice, you start hearing your own. That voice is the key. It's the same vibration your counterpart will recognize when divine timing arrives. This is what the silence is doing, reconnecting you to your essence. It's closing every cycle that depended on fear. It's replacing the need to be understood with the knowing that you already are. The silence is not ending your connection. It's perfecting it. It's turning longing into magnetism, absence into alignment, distance into devotion. And when it ends, you'll realize that nothing was missing. You were just learning how to hold love in its purest form, without words, without proof, without expectation, because the silence never meant goodbye. It meant prepare. When the divine masculine pulls away, it feels like he's disappeared. The feminine senses the silence, the absence, the sudden wall of coldness where warmth used to live. It feels like rejection, but in truth, it's initiation. Because when the masculine withdraws, he's not escaping you, he's confronting himself. The divine masculine was never taught how to feel. He was taught to achieve, to protect, to suppress. He built his worth around control and performance, not vulnerability. So when the twin flame connection enters his life, it breaks every pattern he's built to survive. It awakens emotions he doesn't know how to process, exposes fears he doesn't want to face, and forces him to feel the one thing he's avoided his entire life: love in its rawest form. That's why he runs, not because he doesn't care, but because he cares too much. Because for him, this connection doesn't make sense. It shatters sense. It rewrites his logic, dismantles his walls, and removes every safe illusion he's ever known. In the quiet, he thinks he's protecting himself, but in reality, the silence becomes his classroom. It's where the lessons begin. The distance is his mirror. Everything he refused to see when he was with the feminine now echoes in her absence. The noise that once distracted him can no longer hide the truth. He starts to notice the emptiness in things that used to satisfy him. Success feels hollow. Temporary connections feel meaningless. And the peace he thought he'd find in solitude begins to turn into longing, not for her body, but for her energy. This longing is sacred. It's the call of the soul, reminding him that he can't fill divine space with human solutions. He's forced to face himself, the pain, the pride, the patterns. The silence becomes his mirror, his mentor, his initiation. Many divine masculines enter what feels like breakdown during this stage. Their emotions surface all at once: guilt, regret, nostalgia, confusion. The mind fights to stay in control, but the soul begins to win. Dreams start to intensify. Synchronicities appear everywhere. Numbers, songs, reminders. Every sign whispers the same truth. You can't hide from your awakening. But here's what most people don't see. While he's silent, he's transforming, he's learning to feel again. The same emotions that once terrified him are now teaching him humility. He's starting to question everything: his beliefs, his goals, his relationships, his identity. The mask he wore so well begins to crack, and through those cracks, light enters. The divine feminine often assumes that his silence means he's not doing the work. But the truth is, his work looks different. It's not external, it's internal. It's messy, lonely, and sacred. It happens in moments no one sees, in late night reflection, in quiet tears, in decisions that no one claps for. While she's healing visibly, he's rebuilding invisibly. The distance is where he learns emotional accountability. It's where he begins to understand that running from pain only multiplies it. It's where he finally realizes that control was never safety, it was avoidance. And when that realization hits, everything changes. He starts to feel her again, not as memory, but as energy. He feels her peace. He feels her strength. And it calls him home, not to her presence, but to his truth. The same energy that once triggered his fear now becomes the light that guides him back. This is the hidden growth behind the distance. The silence is shaping him into the man who can finally meet her as an equal, not as a runner. He's not coming back as who he was. That version couldn't sustain divine love. He's becoming the version that can. When the time is right, he won't return because he's lonely. He'll return because he's ready. He'll reach out not to fix the past, but to build the future. And when that happens, the feminine will recognize the difference, because his words will no longer carry fear, they'll carry peace. The same peace she built in her silence will now live in his. So don't mistake the distance for disconnection. The masculine's silence is not absence, it's ascension. It's the sacred process of unlearning survival so he can remember love. When he returns, he won't be searching for the woman he left. He'll be seeking the light that taught him who he is. While the divine masculine learns through silence, the divine feminine learns through surrender. She doesn't grow by running or by controlling. She grows by trusting. And that trust is the most powerful vibration she can hold during separation. It's the energy that anchors the connection while everything else is being rebuilt. At first, this stage feels impossible. The feminine wants to understand, to fix, to reach out. Her heart aches with questions. Why did he leave? Does he still feel it? Was it all real? But eventually she learns the truth that changes everything. Her job was never to chase him. It was to hold the light. When the masculine withdraws, the feminine becomes the stabilizer. She is the one who keeps the energy steady while the universe reshapes the story. If she reacts from fear, the connection wobbles. If she rests in trust, the connection aligns. Because she is the emotional frequency that teaches the masculine what peace feels like. The silence between them isn't empty, it's filled with her vibration. Every time she chooses faith over doubt, the energy shifts. Every time she chooses stillness instead of reaction, healing accelerates. But holding trust doesn't mean waiting endlessly or suppressing emotion. It means living from knowing rather than needing. It means understanding that divine timing is not punishment, it's protection. That if something hasn't happened yet, it's because it's still being prepared in higher realms. Trust is not passive, it's creative. It builds reality long before it's visible. This is the power of the feminine energy. She manifests through stability. Her peace is magnetic. Her self-love is a signal. Her calm presence communicates more than any message could. She no longer chases what's uncertain. She aligns with what's true. And in that alignment, she becomes irresistible to the energy of union. The masculine can feel when her frequency shifts. He may not understand it logically, but her vibration calls to him, not with demand, but with recognition. Her energy says, "I'm not waiting for you. I'm walking with God." And that confidence, that quiet radiance, awakens something ancient in him. It reminds him of home. But to reach that level of power, the feminine must pass through her own tests. The universe will ask her, "Can you stay calm when nothing makes sense? Can you keep your heart open when there's no communication? Can you believe in love even when it's invisible?" Each question is a portal. Each test is designed to refine her intuition and anchor her sovereignty. The feminine, who holds the energy of trust, doesn't deny her feelings. She transcends them. She lets herself cry, but she doesn't drown. She feels the ache, but she doesn't identify with it. She honors the emotion, then releases it back to light. That is sacred maturity. It's not detachment out of numbness. It's surrender out of strength. And something extraordinary happens when she reaches that vibration. Her focus shifts from the counterpart to herself. Her energy starts creating, expanding, thriving. The more she invests in her own joy, the stronger the connection becomes. Not because she's chasing it, but because she's embodying the frequency that draws it in. Her peace becomes the gravitational force that realigns both souls. The masculine begins to feel her calm like a beacon. It softens his resistance. It quiets his fears. It shows him, without words, that love can exist without control. That connection doesn't need to be forced to be real. That separation doesn't mean it's over. It means it's sacred. The feminine's trust is not fragile. It's revolutionary. It's the energy that heals centuries of imbalance between giving and receiving, between control and surrender. She becomes the embodiment of faith itself. Faith that love doesn't need to be chased, because what's divine cannot be lost. So if you're the feminine in separation, know this: your stillness is your strength, your peace is your purpose, and your trust is what keeps the divine plan alive. You don't have to convince the universe you're ready. Your vibration already says it for you. Keep walking, keep glowing, keep believing, because the moment you stop needing to see proof, the proof appears. This is the feminine's greatest lesson: to trust not because she knows how it ends, but because she knows who she is. One of the hardest lessons in the twin flame journey is understanding the difference between detachment and waiting. They look similar from the outside. Both are quiet, both are patient, but energetically, they are worlds apart. One vibrates in freedom, the other vibrates in fear. One aligns you with reunion, the other delays it. Waiting says, "I'll be happy when they return." Detachment says, "I am whole, even now." Waiting holds energy hostage, anchoring your vibration in longing and lack. Detachment, on the other hand, releases control, and in that release, you become magnetic. Because the universe can only deliver what you are truly ready to receive, not what you are desperately holding onto. The feminine often confuses the two because both require patience. But patience without peace is just waiting. True detachment is not pretending you don't care. It's knowing you don't have to chase what's already yours by divine design. It's the quiet faith that what belongs to you will always find you, even if it must travel across lifetimes to do so. The energy of waiting comes from fear. It says, if I let go, I might lose them. But detachment whispers, if I trust, nothing real can be lost. That shift in vibration changes everything. When you stop waiting for their energy to move first, the universe begins to move for you, because detachment opens the channel for divine timing to flow freely. Waiting is heavy. It drains your light, keeps your focus on the absence, and feeds the illusion of separation. It's the mind trying to control what the soul already planned. It holds you hostage to time, counting days, replaying memories, searching for signs. You live in the past or the future, but never in the now. And the now is where alignment lives. Detachment feels lighter because it is anchored in the present moment. It says, I trust this pause. I trust the timing. I trust that everything I desire is already in motion. It doesn't resist reality. It rests within it. And in that rest, energy reorganizes itself. The masculine begins to feel the change, not because you've stopped caring, but because you've stopped pulling. Your energy becomes calm, grounded, clear. It stops chasing and starts attracting. When the feminine reaches this level of surrender, her whole world begins to shift. Doors open, synchronicities multiply, new opportunities appear. The same vibration that once clung to one person now starts manifesting blessings in every area of her life. That's the paradox of detachment. When you no longer need something, you finally align with it. The masculine feels this immediately. Your absence doesn't scare him anymore. It awakens him, because he can sense that your energy has changed. You no longer send the vibration of need, but of knowing, and that knowing becomes the frequency he cannot resist. The more you rest in trust, the stronger his pull to evolve. This is divine polarity at work. The universe doesn't respond to want, it responds to truth. When you stop waiting for love to appear, you embody it. When you stop fearing separation, you dissolve it. Detachment is not an act of rejection. It's an act of remembrance. It's you remembering that union was never something to chase, and it was something to match. This stage is not about forgetting your counterpart. It's about remembering yourself. It's about finding peace in your own presence. It's about realizing that you were never waiting for them. You were waiting for this version of you to emerge. The version that doesn't grasp, doesn't beg, doesn't shrink. The version that trusts the universe more than the mind's fear. And when you reach that vibration, something extraordinary happens. The waiting ends. Not because they've returned yet, but because you've stopped living in absence. You've stepped into fullness, and from fullness, everything comes naturally. So if you're tired of waiting, shift your energy. Choose detachment, not distance. Choose presence, not pressure. You don't need to prove you're ready. You only need to embody readiness. That is the vibration that unlocks union. Because detachment doesn't say, I care. It says, I trust. And that trust is what turns separation into reunion. How the universe uses the pause to align you. When nothing seems to move, when the silence stretches longer than your faith, when you start to question if the universe even remembers your prayer, that's when the alignment is closest. Because divine timing doesn't work like human timing. The universe doesn't rush, it arranges. It pauses, not to punish you, but to perfect you. This pause is sacred. It's the invisible architecture behind every reunion. It's the blueprint being drawn in the unseen. Every energy, every lesson, every emotion positioned exactly where it must be. You can't see it yet because you're still inside the process. But if you could step outside for a moment and look at your timeline from above, you would see perfect order. Every delay, every silence, every detour, all of it connected with divine precision. The pause is where the universe balances frequencies. You and your counterpart are not just two people. You are two energetic systems. Before you can meet again, your vibrations must harmonize. Every old wound, fear, and belief must be calibrated so the connection can survive the next level. If union came too early, the imbalance would destroy it. That's why the pause exists, to prevent what isn't ready from collapsing. The feminine often feels like she's been left behind. She looks around and sees everyone else moving forward, while she stands still, waiting for clarity. But stillness doesn't mean stagnation. Stillness is alignment. It's where energy rearranges itself so that when movement returns, it's permanent. The universe cannot build divine love on unstable ground. It must first make you steady, not just emotionally, but energetically. In this pause, the feminine learns to embody her light without needing it to be recognized. She learns to trust that love doesn't need constant reassurance to exist. The silence becomes her sanctuary. She begins to hear her own voice clearly again. That voice is her intuition, the compass the universe gave her long before the connection began. Meanwhile, the masculine is being reshaped. The same pause that feels like distance to her feels like awakening to him. He's learning to face the emotions he buried, the patterns he repeated, the truth he ran from. His silence isn't idleness, it's internal work. He's shedding layers of identity that can't exist in higher love. And though it looks like nothing is happening, his soul is in motion. This is what divine alignment really means. It's the merging of two journeys that were never truly separate, just synchronizing at different speeds. One soul heals through feeling, the other through realization. Both are moving toward the same vibration: wholeness. The pause is also where the universe tests your vibration. It will send small triggers to see if you've truly learned. A memory, a message, a dream, a wave of emotion. These are not setbacks. They are checkpoints. They reveal what's still unhealed and what's already complete. If you react the same way, the lesson repeats. If you respond with peace, the cycle ends. That's how the universe measures readiness. Not through time passed, but through energy mastered. It's not asking, "Are you waiting?" It's asking, "Can you remain in love while waiting?" Because once you can, the waiting ends naturally. Union only appears when you no longer need it to feel complete. So if it feels like nothing is moving, trust that it's because everything is being rearranged for your highest good. The universe never takes from you. It recalibrates for you. It's replacing uncertainty with clarity, fear with faith, longing with purpose. It's aligning timelines, clearing karma, weaving synchronicities so that when it all unfolds, it will look effortless. You're not being ignored, you're being prepared, and the preparation is the most sacred part of the journey, because this pause is not the absence of movement, it's the stillness before creation. It's the inhale before manifestation. The moment the universe holds its breath before it delivers what you've become ready to receive. So don't fill this silence with panic. Fill it with presence. Breathe. Rest. Listen. The stillness you're in now is the foundation for the miracle that's coming. When the time is right, movement will return. Communication will open. The energy will flow again. And you'll realize that nothing was delayed. It was always unfolding perfectly. Because the pause didn't stop your story, it saved it. Everything you have felt, everything you have questioned, everything you have lost, it was never truly separation. It was transformation. The distance, the silence, the uncertainty were never punishments. They were the sacred tools that shaped you into the version of yourself that could finally hold divine love without fear. Separation only exists in the physical realm. In the soul, there has never been distance. You and your twin flame have been communicating all along, through energy, through dreams, through sudden waves of emotion that appear for no logical reason. Every time your heart is echoed, It wasn't because they were gone. It was because your souls were synchronizing, because every vibration of longing was pulling you closer to the same frequency of truth. This journey was never about finding someone else. It was about finding yourself through them. The connection served as a mirror, showing you every shadow, every wound, every belief that kept you from unconditional love. The pain wasn't meant to destroy you, it was meant to refine you. It burned away the illusions of attachment so that only truth could remain. That truth is this: love cannot be lost because love is not something you have, it's what you are. When you look back now, you'll see how the silence served a purpose, how every unanswered prayer redirected you toward alignment, how every tear softened your heart into compassion, how every moment of surrender became an initiation. The universe was never ignoring you. It was teaching you that true union doesn't begin with reunion. It begins with remembrance. The divine feminine remembers who she is, not a seeker, but a creator, not half of a soul, but the embodiment of divine wholeness. Her strength isn't in chasing connection, it's in becoming it. And the moment she stands fully in that knowing, the illusion of separation dissolves. Because what the soul recognizes, the universe must reflect. The divine masculine, too, has been walking through fire. Every silent night, every wave of guilt, every moment he wanted to reach out but couldn't, all of it has been purifying him. The same walls that once protected his heart are now collapsing, not through force, but through realization. He's beginning to understand that running from love was running from himself. That silence was not safety, it was stagnation. And now, as his energy rises to meet hers, he no longer sees separation. He sees purpose. Both paths, though opposite in expression, were moving toward the same destination: union through truth, not the fantasy of perfect timing or endless communication, but the reality of two souls remembering the same divine language, energy. Because union doesn't start when you finally speak again. It starts when your vibrations meet in harmony, when peace replaces longing, when knowing replaces need. And that's the revelation the universe has been leading you to all along. The separation wasn't real. It was a sacred illusion designed to bring you home, to yourself, to love, to God. The very pain you thought was punishment was actually prophecy. It foretold the awakening of your divine nature. The moment you stopped seeking outside and began trusting inside, everything started shifting. Because the twin flame path was never about reunion as an event. It was about evolution as a destiny. Now, as you stand at the threshold of November, feel the difference in your energy. You are no longer chasing, you are no longer waiting, you are no longer breaking, you are becoming. You have learned to love in silence, to trust without evidence, to rise without needing proof. And that frequency is what changes everything. The separation is ending, not because they're returning, but because you finally remembered you were never apart. Your connection was written before time, sealed in divine promise, and sustained through every lifetime of forgetting. This journey was never two souls learning to meet. It was one soul remembering itself through two forms. So, when you feel the stillness tonight, don't fear it. It's not emptiness, it's completion. It's the sound of everything aligning, heart, body, and spirit, to the truth you've always known, deep inside. The separation was never real, and love never left.